students graduating from school today, it's estimated that they're going to have about 8 different careers in their lifetime. Now, that's not jobs, that's actually careers. And so what that means is we need to be preparing our children for a different future. No longer does anybody have jobs for life, but they tend to have jobs for 3 to 4 years, maybe 4 or 5 afterwards, and they need to have skills and abilities and talents and passion that they can transform from one space to another. And this is nothing new. This has actually been happening for a very, very long time. Technology has actually meant that careers have disappeared over time and new careers have emerged, but the pace that this is happening is even more rapid. So let me give you some stats about Australia and where we're headed, or why this even matters, the whole STEM conversation. So 65% of economic growth between 1965 to 2005 was put down solely due to STEM, so science, technology and engineering and maths innovations in businesses and in the economy. 65% of economic growth, that's pretty significant. 75% of the fastest growing occupations globally right now require science, technology and engineering maths skills. It's absolutely critical that we get kids not only excited about this, but enabled in a way that they understand that this leads to jobs and outcomes, and it actually leads to their future, and it's to the economic benefit of the entire country. If we can get technology startups to be 4% of GDP by 2033, so that's not that far away, it's over $109 billion to the Australian economy. $109 billion. Not an insignificant amount. But even more than that, it's over 500,000 jobs. Stuff that matters to people today. That would be only 4% of GDP. Right now, in America alone, there is more than 1 million jobs going for people with computer science-related disciplines. And they estimate by 2020 this is actually going to increase. It's absolutely insane, the demand that we have for these skills, and yet we don't have enough people studying them. Let's talk a little bit about the careers of today, because I think this is interesting. I think one of the things that when we talk about STEM careers and we talk about the need for them, we don't actually often give data. And I work on the engineering team. I like data. Data is something that excites me. It also tends to prove arguments, which is great. But I find it a very compelling motivating factor. So when I look at data for careers, one of the places we often look to is global websites that actually hold repositories of people's skills and businesses and their careers. So LinkedIn's a pretty good place to start. They have over 259 million members worldwide, and they have this great ability to look at the data of their membership and actually create insights that are invaluable for how we think about where we're headed and what is happening in the world today. So then in 2014, at the end of 2014, beginning of 2015, what they did was they actually looked at their 259 million member plus database, and what they were looking for was the top 10 careers that didn't exist 5 years previously. So brand new emerging careers, right? And this is the list. iOS developer, Android developer, Zumba instructor, social media intern, data scientist, UI UX designer, big data architect, Beachbody coach, cloud service specialist, digital marketing specialists. Now, I don't have a prize for this, but all but 2 of these, and I go on, can you guess which 2, involve some computer science or technology as a skill for their basis. And I think there's a couple of interesting factors with this one when I look at this. Not only do we apparently care about our bodies, so Zumba instructors and Beachbody coach, which is great to see, but the vast majority of these are skills, not disciplines, which is really, really interesting. So these are skills that could be taught in multiple disciplines, but they are not disciplines themselves. You're not seeing computer scientists up there, you're not seeing software engineer up there. You're actually seeing data scientist, big data architect, iOS developer. And I think the other thing that's really astounding from this is the top 2 on there, iOS developer and Android developer. 10 years ago, I could not have walked into a school and said, hey kids, when you grow up one day, you could be an app developer. You could be an Android developer or an iOS developer. And the reason that I couldn't say that is you didn't have a smartphone in your pocket. That is technology that is less than 10 years of age. So if we think about how fast technology is coming out and being deployed globally, We have absolutely no way of being able to say to kids, here's the exact job that you're going to have 10 years from now, because we don't even know what's going to be out there yet. So this area of emergent careers, you can be fearful of it, or you can be like me and get really, really excited about it. Because the thing is, you can prepare people for this. You can't tell them what the outcome's going to be, but you can give them skills that are going to be transferable, and they're actually going to be in good position to actually take that forward into the future.